Hey, you still don't have a Sega CD? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one? You have seen the games, right?
Wrong answer, man. Show 'em. Want to see more?
What a pile of shit!
The Sega Mega CD is a video game console add-on for the 4th generation consoles and should be a standalone device that uses a Motorola 68000 CPU at 12.5 MHz custom ASIC graphics and was initially released on the 12th of December 1991 for 49,800 yen with a total of 2.24 million units sold that was discontinued in 1996. Competing against the PC Engine, the console bolts directly to a Sega Genesis or Mega Drive that plays CD-based video games and benefits from greater storage with 320 times more space than the original console. The system was known for its library of FMV or full motion video games that arguably was the downfall of the console, with its best-selling title, Sonic CD, selling over 1.5 million copies worldwide.
Now to run this beast, you're going to need 2 of these power cables, and these weigh a fucking ton. I highly suggest getting a third-party AC adapter. Why? Yeah, what a pig! Great console, eh?
Tomcat Alley is an action FMV video game. It's developed by Code Monkeys, published by Sega, designed by John Platten, and was released for the Mega CD for the US/Europe in 1994. Receiving generally favourable reviews, GamePro referred to the title as the best CD game at the Consumer Electronics Show in 1994. Chris Baker from Allgame gave the title a 4.5, referring to it as enjoyable and praised the difficulty for being challenging. Let's check it out. Yeah, great game, eh? Feels like I'm watching Top Gun the movie. So in this title, the player controls a US Navy pilot from a first-person perspective, launching missiles at enemy aircrafts. Obviously one of the better titles for the Mega CD, but don't let it change the fact the majority of this game is repetitive, point-and-click, full-motion garbage. The biggest problem with games like this is the fucking gameplay, which has the player pressing a button in certain segments. So you better make sure you pay good attention. Pressing the wrong button will have you starting this piece of crap over and over again. By the way, the loading times on the Mega CD take bloody forever. So again, pay good attention to whatever's going on screen. Whilst the controls, they work, the game is definitely nothing special and gets annoying pretty quick and isn't far off another title we've already played. Can you guess what it is?
You gotta be kidding yourself. This is point and click at its finest. Lock on this fucker. Is this meant to be this hard or what?
Overall, Tomcat Alley, yeah, it kinda sucks, and I'll probably never watch/play it again. We'll check out another game. Now, if you're from North America, you're probably noticing the difference between our PAL version game cases and the box art. These look horrible. Check this game out. Road Adventure is an interactive movie/vehicular combat video game. It's developed and published by Data East, animated by Toei Animation Studios, and received a 90 out of 100 from Game Rankings, a 5 out of 5 from GamePro, and a 32 out of 40 from Famista. This was actually a pack-in title for the Mega CD. The positives: the developers have clearly taken heavy inspiration from the Australian film series Mad Max. The game's animation and music, pretty dope. And well, that's about it. If you haven't noticed, this is very similar to Tomcat Alley. However, I spent 1 hour trying to memorize these sequences, and for a first level, this shit is too hard. Seriously, it's like a test that'll trick your eyes and make you lose your frickin' mind.
My heart is beating in my chest right now. This shit is ridiculous.
You can't make this shit up, and if you're wondering, the other 9 stages are basically the exact same. I suggest changing the difficulty from God mode to easy, cause fuck me, how is anyone supposed to keep up with this shite? Believe me, I've died many times. And the sound effects? Yeah, it gets annoying, doesn't it? This being a full motion piece of crap, every time you die in a different area results in a different cutscene. Wow, because that's what the player really wants. There's nothing more to say. This game is repetitive and it also sucks.
Will the game just crash? You kidding me? Dare to enter the dark and dingy halls? Okay.
Mystery Mansion, or if you live in North America, Mansion of Hidden Souls is a single-player adventure game. It's developed by System Satcom, published by Sega for Japan, and Vic Tokai for the US, that was released on the 9th of December 1993. Receiving positive reviews, GamePro praised the use of sound effects, enhancing the horror theme. Electronic Gaming Monthly referred to it as an interesting first-person perspective title with fluid graphics, solid visuals, and gave it a 7.6 out of 10. Let's give this a chance. So this is basically a horror game that uses 3D pre-rendered full motion sequences, meaning the player can explore certain environments where they need to locate items and clues throughout several rooms, which to me is a big improvement from those other games and is a bit more hands-on. I mean, if you're into solving puzzles, then this is definitely up your alley. Unfortunately, the controls are tank. The gameplay is slow, like really slow. I'd actually compare this to Jurassic Park or even Sherlock Holmes. It's not the worst game, but there's really not much going on here.
Not gonna lie, the input delay is pretty damn bad. Takes like 2 seconds to register a button.
You'll also notice that this is indeed a clone of the title The Seventh Guest that was released earlier that year for DOS, Windows, and so forth. But overall, Mystery Mansion, it's kinda meh and a little boring. Let's check out one more game. Just a heads up, you want to be very gentle when handling this console. The disc guide that clips up the top here, yeah, ours broke off. Thankfully the damn thing still works. Again, great console. Star Wars Rebel Assault is an on-rail overhead first-person/third-person shooter game. It's developed and published by LucasArts and was released for several platforms, 3DO, DOS, Sega CD in November 1993. Based off the movie, the game features 4 mission types that vary from several perspectives. It has a player controlling a cursor, maneuvering and shooting enemy aircraft throughout 15 stages of difficulty. 5 of them are set on the ground from a third-person perspective. Rebel Assault became a commercial hit, however the Sega CD version was criticised for its pixelated graphics, controls and overall look. Electronic Gaming Monthly magazine gave it a 5.75 out of 10, quoted that the colour palette is extremely limited that interfered with the gameplay. Let's check it out. I'll be completely honest, this is just a demo, so for some stupid reason the game has a player start at chapter 8, and let me tell you now, it's fucking tedious. The player is expected to shoot enemy stormtroopers throughout different segments. The hit detection, horrendous. Controls, terrible. And once again, majority of the third person ground gameplay is point and click. Whilst the player can move, it's extremely limited. If this looks ridiculous, well you'd be right, and it just goes on and on and on. Another note, if you die at any point, you gotta start this trash all over again. It's repetitive and will drive you insane.
You gotta be joking. More of this crap. How long does this shit go for?
Trust me people, I'm doing my best to reveal more of the game, but it just ain't happening. You'll probably find that the on-rail battleship sequences are somewhat better, but even those are very restricted, and movement and exploration, there's basically none. So there you have it folks, 4 games showing exactly what this behemoth is capable of. The ultimate question, is the Sega Mega CD worth buying in 2023? Hell no, this thing fucking sucks man, but I kinda like it.
Only a handful of titles actually stood out for this piece of crap. The console was discontinued just after 5 years. Now, what do you do when your video game console is failing? Sega released another add-on. The 32X made its debut in 1994, and that mushroom was only around for about 2 years. Anyhow, both consoles sucked, and so did the Saturn. However, Sega's final console, the Dreamcast, now that's another story. I'm the Pizza Man, I'm out of here.